everyone, it's Dianne at Minerva. I hope you're having a fabulous week, and today I'm excited to share with you a pattern from our new PDF range. Now these are in collaboration with McCalls, and there's a really fun selection of patterns to choose from, and they're all really size inclusive. Now today we're making the Overton cardigan. Now all of these patterns are available in A4 or print shop ready A0, ready to print. So you have the option to choose which print version you go for. And the sizing for this particular pattern comes in two block sizes. So the first is the Mrs. size range, from a 6 to a 24 drafted for a B cup. And then we've got the women's size range, so that has a W in front of it, and that is from a 22 to a 30, and that is drafted for a C cup. Now when you're choosing your size range, we recommend that you have a look at the size guide and also the finished garment measurements. Compare these and decide on the right level of ease and comfort for you, and that will give you your perfect fit. Now this particular cardigan, the Overton cardigan, is designed to be edge to edge at the front. So the sizing does take this into account. It's not meant to lap over, so do please consider that when you're choosing your size range. And it's a longer line cardigan with pockets, and I'm sure you're going to have lots of fun making this. Now we suggest that you use a sweater knit, but you could also use a viscose jersey, a ponte roma, a French terry, or a sweatshirt fabric. Now wash and prepare that fabric before we begin, and then when you've done that, we're ready to go and cut our pattern pieces together. Now this particular one is Animal Glow, and I love the design on this. It's really fun. I love the colours together, and this sweater is going to be perfect for this kind of drapey cardigan. Now when we're all prepared, we're going to go and cut those pieces, so let's do that now. Here we have our pattern pieces. So we have our front piece, and we're going to cut two pieces. The straight grain is this way. Make a note of your pocket placement and your notches and the circles at the top around the armhole here. Then we have the back piece. You're going to cut one on the fold. The fold line is here. Also make a note of the notches and the circles. I also like to make a little mark at the centre back. You can lengthen or shorten at the double lines marked. Here we have our sleeve piece. You're going to cut two sleeves, cut them as a pair. This is a straight grain. Make a note of your markings and your circles around the top here. Here we have our band. You're going to cut two pieces. This is a straight grain. Note the circles and the notches. Here we have the pocket. Again, you're going to cut two. The straight grain is this way. Make a note of the fold line here. Now you're ready to begin making your cardigan. So first of all, you want to wind half of your thread onto your machine spool, and then check your machine needle. Now I'm using a ballpoint size 90 today, so you will need to test this on a bit of scrap fabric, but because we're using a knit fabric, you do need a jersey or ballpoint needle. And also we need to make sure that we're using a stretch stitch or a zigzag stitch throughout. So I'm going to use a zigzag stitch. We need to make it a little bit smaller and also make the width of the zigzag quite narrow as well. So again, test this on a piece of scrap. You can of course overlock, and we will be edge finishing our seams, but I always think it's best to do your seams first of all and then use your overlocking as a finish. That way you can check your fit as you go, and then any mistakes are easier to unpick. That's just my bit of advice for you when you're working with an overlocker. It's good to test it out first of all before you make that final cut. So now we've got all those things sorted, let's begin. Now our first job is to prepare our pockets. So at the top of the pocket, you're going to press under 6mm at the top here, and then you're also going to press it on the seam line like this, to that line, that fold line there. Now because this is a knit fabric, you may find it's quite difficult to get that 6mm to press or stay down, because it doesn't really lend itself well to pressing this kind of fabric. So what you could do is just edge finish it or overlock it, because it's such a small amount. So that's what I'm going to do on mine, and then fold it on that fold line and give it a press, but we are going to be folding it back against itself, right sides facing like this, so that we can sew down in the seam line here, and then we can turn it back through. So decide on which finish you'd like for this top point first of all. As I said, I'm going to overlock mine. You may wish to do this. Now with it folded back, right side facing right side, you may wish to pin it like this, just to keep it flat. We're going to stitch down each side in the seam allowance, and the seam allowance is 1.5 centimetres on this pattern, unless I state otherwise. So stitch down, back tag, and then we can snip away that excess in the corner. Turn it through like this, and then we can press the rest of our seams all the way around the edges of our pocket on the remaining 3 sides, so that our pocket is nice and even and neat, ready to add to the jacket. We're going to do this on both sides. Now your pockets will look like this. Now I've found that, because like I said, it's quite difficult to press a knit fabric and it stay flat, I've just popped a few pins in, a couple at the corners here from the right side to the wrong side, and I've also pinned up the bottom here to keep it in place. Along the top here we're going to stitch a line of stitching. You can do it from the wrong side or the right side, but we do need to stitch close to that edge there. I'm going to do mine from the right side. You can feel where the back is if you want to do it this way. Now we're going to place our pockets on our front. First of all, make sure that you've got your pocket placement correctly marked. So on the front of your cardigan pieces we have these markings for the pocket placement. So here's my pocket. So this is where it's going to go on the front. Now what I found it's best to do is if you stick a pin through like this at the position for your particular size, and then flip the pattern piece back. I'll just take that pin out there so you can see clearly. And here, look, we can see where my pin comes through. That is where we need to mark. So you can either do this with chalk, we're going to do this on both sides, or if you find it's hard to see because of the colour of your fabric, you can add in another pinhead at that point, just there, look. Do this at both points on the front, and then we can see that this line here is where the top of our pocket will lie. Now you need to do this on both sides of the fabric with each of the markings, and then we're going to add on our pocket. So I'll pin my pocket in place now and then explain how we're going to stitch that on. Now with your pocket pinned in place, we're going to edge stitch around it. So we're stitching close to the edge. Make sure you back tag at the top here, and then when you come up the other side, back tag again to finish. Now we're going to place our front pieces on our back pieces like this at the shoulder. We're going to pin it in place, matching the notches on both sides. And then we're going to cut 2 pieces of seam tape. Now this is so that your shoulder doesn't stretch out when you're wearing it. So I find it's best if you place that on the back piece. So I've pinned it already, and then we're going to pin this in the seam line because we want to be stitching through this when we sew our seam. So it's a 1.5 centimetre seam, so make sure that that seam tape is going to be within the seam allowance. And now we're going to stitch that in place. Now repeat that step on the other side. Edge finish your raw edges. I'm going to overlock mine, or you could zigzag finish, and then press it towards the back. Next we're going to pin down the side seams of our cardigan. We're going to do this from the armhole down to the large dot here. We're going to reinforce at this point, so back tag really well here. This is where our vent is going to be. Make sure that you have your stretch stitch or your zigzag stitch on throughout. Now you can edge finish your seam, your side seam, by either overlocking or zigzag finishing it. Now I've done this with my seam together and I'm going to press it to one side, but at the bottom where we've reinforced just here, you want to make sure that you either zigzag down each side like this, or you can leave it raw, and then when we come to do that vent you can turn it under 6mm and then turn it under again to do a single or a double fold rather. I'm finding because it's a knit fabric it's better to overlock or zigzag finish it and then press it once like this, because as I said before, with it being a knit it doesn't really stay flat when you press it. Take your sleeves and sew a line of ease stitching around the head of the sleeve between the markings here and here. We do this about 6mm in from the raw edge, and you want to have a long stitch on your machine to do this. Leave the ends running free and we will be able to ease in this amount when we're setting in our sleeve in a moment. When you've done this, we're going to bring our underarm seam together, matching the notches here, and we're going to sew that underarm seam with a 1.5cm seam allowance, and then edge finish your raw edges once you've done that. Now at the bottom of your sleeve you can either press under 6mm or edge finish or overlock it like I've done here. So I've overlocked mine. You could use a zigzag stitch, play around with the size and width of your zigzag stitch if that's what you're using to do an edging. And as you can see just here at the bottom of the sleeve it sort of juts out on the inside, and that's so that we can turn it up. I've put a pin here to show me where the line is, and that is your hemline just there, look. So if you turn it up, pin it all the way around and then stitch that in place now. Now turn your garment the wrong way around and turn your sleeve the right way around. We're going to place this sleeve inside the armhole, and the way to check that you have the right sleeve is you have one notch here at the front of your cardigan and 2 notches at the back, and then the same on the sleeve. So you match the 1 notch to the 1 notch, or marking if you've just done a little marking just there. Place a pin. Match the underarm seams on both the side seam and the underarm seam here. The 2 notches to the back, look. Then at the head of your sleeve you have a marking in the centre. We line that up with the shoulder seam. Then once you have all these points in position, you can pull on your ease stitches a little to help ease in the head of that sleeve just there. So you may only need to do a little small amount. Pin it the rest of the way, and then when you're stitching it you need to make sure that there are no bumps or ruffles here, so you can ease this out with your fingers as you go. This will be inside the seam line anyway, so that usually just disappears into the seam line if there are any sort of gathers or little creases, but just make sure it's all lying flat as you stitch it. Now stitch that in place with a 1.5cm seam allowance. Stitch again 3mm away from this line of stitching. Now we're going to take our 2 band pieces and place them right sides facing like this, and we're going to join that centre back seam. When we've done this we're going to fold it in half, again right sides facing, and we're going to stitch across the bottom here. So we have a circle marked here. We're going to stitch across the bottom just there. And then we can turn it through to the right side like this. Do the same on the other end. Now with your fabric folded wrong sides together, you're going to pin it to the right side of the fabric like this. So we've got right side facing right side, look. And we're matching our notches down the front, the centre back point Use plenty of pins to keep it in position and stretch it as you go. And the small circle here wants to line up with the shoulder seam. And then you have your circle at the front, bottom here. So this band piece lines up with this circle, and we've got a 3.2 centimetre hem allowance. So when that's folded to the inside, that will fold up onto it like this. So we want to make sure that it ends at that circle there. So now stitch this in place. Now turn up your hem in line with the band stitching, just here like this, and we're going to stitch it in place in that line of stitching where you've just sewn the band to the cardigan. Now we can turn that to the outside like this. Now hem the bottom of your cardigan. Now turn in the side vents of your cardigan, so these will create your slits. Now you can do it as a double fold, or you can edge finish it and just turn it in once like this. When you get to the top, you're going to pivot and stitch across the top. Here is the finished cardigan. Well, I hope you've enjoyed sewing along today. Please remember to include any photographs with your comments if you do make this pattern, and I look forward to seeing all the different fabric choices that it's made up in. It's a really easy make, and I think it would be great for a beginner. The instructions are really clear, and it just has a few nice straightforward pieces to it. I look forward to seeing what you've been up to. Don't forget, you can take a look at the Minerva Craft Club and get 10% off all your orders for a whole year. And of course, create a free account with us to join in with our wonderful worldwide sewing community. That's all from me for today, but I hope to be back with some sewing inspiration for you really soon. Bye for now.